Hiya, I'm Jasper, and welcome to your video review for Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them. It's a movie starring Eddie Redmayne, who is always a win, and Colin Farrell, who is almost always a win. So as always, I'm going to give you the good, the bad, and the furry. And a movie titled Fantastic Beasts, as you might imagine, there's lots of fantastic beasts, such as the Niffler, the flying bee thing, the Murtlap, giant dung beetle, Parnassus thing, wing thing, Graphorn, Swooping Eagle. Swooping Eagle is my personal favorite. Bowtruckle, close second. Okami, Mooncalf, Lion, Magic Lion, Ostrich, Seal, Magic Rhino, Hippopotamus, Demiguise, Magical Paper Rats, House Elf, Troll, Giant Thing, and Goblin. Moving on. So, I personally think that it was a grave mistake to title this film series Fantastic Beasts, because you have the Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them, Fantastic Beasts and Secret of Dumbledore, Fantastic Beasts. It makes people focus. When you have the title Fantastic Beasts, it's like that is the focus, or at least it should be. And in this one, it basically is the focus. But in the next two, it really isn't. Like, yes, there are fantastic beasts in those, but they aren't the thing driving the story for the most part. So it really just highlights that, oh, anytime there's a creature on the screen, that's what you need to be paying attention to. And that works for this one, but I really don't think it works for the other ones. So I really think that this would have benefited from The Wizarding World, Fantastic Beasts, and then The Wizarding World, Secrets of Dumbledore. That, I think, would give a much broader scope to things. So, whatever. Moving on. I didn't like that they came up with Legilimens, I think is how you pronounce it, but basically, Sweetie, or whatever her name was, she can read minds. And that's really cool, but it's also so overpowered of a power that is just like built into her. Like, it's not like a spell that she has, it's just a thing that she does. I personally think that that's a little overpowered and a little ridiculous for somebody to just be rolling around, the Congress of Magic, not the Ministry of Magic, but the Congress of Magic. Speaking of which, not really a fan of all of the Americanisms that they changed to, from what they had in Harry Potter. So I much prefer the term Muggles rather than No Badge. The Ministry of Magic just makes a lot more sense to me than the Magical Congress, especially with the tiny nature of that. And just, I don't know. I think that the Harry Potter world building just worked a lot better. And speaking of world building, towards the end, minor spoilers, I think, but there's like real fucking quick death sentence given to a couple of people with like essentially no trial. It's like a bench judge just being like, yep, and you two getting put to death now. So go to your death room and goodbye. And everybody's just cool with it. They're just like, yep, that's a legitimate way to govern and do a trial-ish thing. Like, yeah, I mean, don't get me wrong, the expediency of it is in one aspect nice, but just seems like there might be possibility for miscarriage of justice. Just throwing that out there. And I feel like, especially the like helpful woman who was helping, she had to have been Imperious, right? Like, there's no way that she's just that chill about like, oh yeah, no, it's fine, just go kill yourself, it's fine. Like, no, I feel like she had to have been Imperious. Anywho, other than that, Eddie Redmayne, excellent actor. It's fun seeing him have to like do the things to make the animals do what he wants them to do. And one of the most challenging things in CGI, in my opinion, is having a real-life actor make physical contact with a CGI animal. And in this, they have that done a number of times, and it works for the most part. I would say it works much better in this movie than pretty much any other movie. There's a couple of movies that I think do it just as well or better, maybe, but there's so many instances of that happening here that I think that they do a good job overall for it, especially because that's one of the things that I usually pay attention to, and the fact that it didn't bug me how they melded those two together pretty much ever, I think is a good sign. So, yeah, as that might indicate to you, the CGI in this is really good, and the use of magic is fun. I like that they focus on the disapparating more in this movie than in the others, because I feel like that's an underused thing in the Harry Potter world, and this one, they showed the advantages and disadvantages and kind of like how that could be done in a like combat or non-combat situation. So I thought that they did a good job of that. And, pacing was fine in this movie, and the side characters were a lot of fun, and there's a lot of good aspects to this film. it's also kind of the only one that I would enjoy rewatching because so much of the other ones focus on like real worldism, parallelism, and that it's too much about the human world type things in those two, in my opinion, than this one. And this one, it's very much about like, yeah, we got to keep things secret, but it's about the Fantastic Beasts and, trying to find them. But in the others, it's much more about like political bullshit, but of a spirit of the wizarding realm, and I don't care as much. So this one's a fun time, but I don't necessarily recommend the others after this. This one I think kind of works on its own, and has a bit of a hopeful ending, which I like. So that's all I have for this one. Thanks for coming. Thanks for watching. Hope to see you at the next one. Bye.